Page 71, Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2 by Liszt. Actually, this is an adaptation of Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2. You got to read the fine print. You can read the blurb over there explaining the different melodies in here and the contrasting emotion and all that stuff. That's fine. Now, this is a rather long piece, so I'm going to break it up into pieces, and we'll attack it one piece at a time. When you approach a new piece of music, you devise your own method of how you want to approach it, but I found it easier with the longer pieces to break them up, usually at a section at a time, or maybe just a theme, a main theme if it's a long one, just a little bit at a time. At the beginning, this is lento a capriccio, this is slow. And it's not necessarily going to be, well, it's sort of a steady beat. It's a very slow beat, but you can give and take a little bit because there's a lot of rubato in here, a lot of feeling in here. So these little grace notes are quick, and their fingering is fine. But put the accent on the half note. It goes to here, not it's and then the left hand, again, that's staccato. So you got legato in the right hand, staccato in the left. That's fine. And then here, and people will play this slow or fast or however. It says loud and marcato, but you know, it's here we are. And there's crescendo. I suggest you come down a little bit so you got more room to crescendo. So it flows to here, and then again, and this fingering they're doing here, the idea is they want third finger on that B flat. Don't care how you finger the little notes, but put third finger on that B flat. Now come down, but there's an accent on the half note. And here you can finger the left hand here or here, whichever. And then I linger on it, and then a short note. Oops. Well, that's a staccato and an accent. How you finger this is up to you. They've got a fourth finger because they're putting the third finger here. But the left hand isn't staccato. Top of page 72, continuation. Now I play the little grace notes on the beat. Some people play them before, but I think it sounds better on the beat. So maybe not staccato, but it's an eighth note. Get off of it. You got a crescendo, accent, and then go. That's staccato. Treble clef, and it's just a quarter note. Accents in this, isn't it? And then these little notes here start slow. You have to figure them out. Right there. The idea is it's got to be even and controlled. It's not just whatever. It's. And then you come over to here, and then the right hand takes the rest. And if you can play them even, that's fine. This isn't like a little cadenza thing. It's just a little flourish. It's really up to you on how you don't have to play it in time. See, the fermata, that's typical in music when they stick in a fermata, it usually can indicate some sort of a cadenza or thing. It's where you can do whatever you want because there's a fermata you're holding. The piece has basically come to a halt temporarily while you're doing whatever you're doing, and this little flourish is that. However you want to do it, and then hang on to that B flat for a little bit and then go on. Then there's another fermata here. Now you're going to get sort of graceful. And here, staccato and an accent. So these staccatos are important. Accent. Then we come into the next, see that frisk up there, so this is a contrasting theme. And again, I play the grace note on the B. It says vivace. Again, it's an interpretive thing. Some people will start slow and gradually speed up to vivace. You'll have to experiment on what you like, but when you're learning it, you go slow. We're going slow right now. The kicker is these short notes. They have to be short. Don't turn this into triplets. No, it's got to be short. I don't like their fingering here at the beginning, at the top of page 73. The first line, it's the second and third measure. Actually, it's the third measure because you're here and they want to thumb again. It's a new phrase you can lift up. It's just, this is very quickly, and I don't want to have to move my hand around that quickly. So I'm going to suggest a slightly different fingering. The first measure is fine. And the second measure, rather than fourth, I'm going to suggest you put fifth on it. You just scrunch up a little bit. Now you can play this all in one hand position. And then you reach it back up. That's what I'm suggesting. That way we don't have to use the thumb on both of those notes. Same finger in the first measure of the second line. Now come up. Again, the last measure of the second line, I recommend fifth finger on, if you can. Otherwise, you got to use thumb again. Third line, that C's tied. And as you retard on, you slow down a little bit, and hold that up. If you want to ad-lib a little cadenza in there, you're welcome to do it. I don't think people usually do, but there's a fermata, why not? And then we go on with changing key signatures. Now this tempo gusto vivace, this is still fast, but a lot of times people will start this out slow and gradually speed it up. I don't know, get the accent. So staccato and accent. And a lot of times when you repeat this section, you might consider playing the second time soft. Just don't play it twice the same. Type thing. I don't know, it's vivace, you go. It's all very staccato and disconnected. And then on page 74, this is moving and it's all staccato. See the ledge and the L-E-G-G and that ledge arrow means quickly enlightened. Now this is different. You're not going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is on 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. See, they're backwards. Now both hands go up because you get a treble clef in the left hand. You're up here, and you have AVA in the right hand. You're just playing the same thing up here, very softly here, and that's the right hand. The left hand has to be really soft. And then here we're kind of gonna go up. Just take it as it. Both hands are playing this, but it's got to sound like one hand did it all. So you have to balance this out so it blends together. So I'd get the left hand up here ready to go. So after you play this note, the left hand can have that one. So it's. this, the fourth line down, look out. Finger this so you're not moving your hands around. See, I'm doing all this in one hand position once I get to there. And then we up here, same, they give 2 sets of fingerings. You'll decide which one you like and use it and stick with it. I like the bottom fingering, I'm using that. Because I don't like to do a 1-2-1-2. So I do the other one. And you're getting louder here. Accents, very loud. You don't need accents of very loud, just play it very loud. And then super loud at the end, staccato, and it's supposed to go really fast. But you got to be accurate, so you might have to practice that a bit. I want to talk about the pedal. We're using pedal for effects here mostly, so don't get carried. Don't feel you got to pedal everything. It messes it up. At the beginning, we're using pedal to help solidify the harmony. So it's going with this oomph in the left hand. The pedal goes down with the oomph. I can put it down with them and lift it up with them because it's staccato. So at the beginning, on page 71, it's here. And I connect them. If you don't want to connect them, you put the pedal down with the quarter, it's up to you. But it happens so fast, I just connect them. Keep it down and lift it up when you play the staccato. And now we can pedal this, but I want to hear staccato in the left hand. And I don't put the pedal down until I release the C in the right hand. I don't want that ringing out. And here again, I want to hear the staccato. They're showing covered up. No, I want to hear the staccato, so I'm lifting the pedal up with the staccato. And here, I want to hear the staccato in the right hand, so I'm not pedaling it until I release that staccato note. And then I put it down because I want to catch the note in the left hand. I just don't want to catch the staccato note in the right hand. So it's here, then pedal, like that. So that... They're pedaling the first beat. That helps to drive the sound. You don't have to. It's up to you on where you release the pedal. If you want to release it on the second beat, that's fine. And then on the top of page 72, again, I want to hear silence there. But I want to connect this. So I want to hear silence in one hand, I want to connect the other. Well, I lift the pedal with the right hand, but put it down before I release that. So it's here. Then put it down, and here. And I prefer silence here, here, but if you want to connect it, they're showing overlapping. I know, I prefer silent. And again, I want a staccato here. So it's, I'm not pedaling until after I release that note. Then I can put the pedal down and go on. So to start at the beginning of that line, it's here. I don't even pedal the first beat of the second measure. I don't need it. I don't even need to pedal that. This is the third line down, third measure. I don't need to pedal that. Because I can catch all that. And the overtones, oh, it's fine. And then this. Lift up on those. There's a difference of opinion on this. You have to experiment with the sound and the sound you like. Here, I tend to release it right in here. I release the pedal as I'm playing these notes. I don't wait until the B flats. So it's here, you're just kind of getting rid of that little flourish. And then we go on. Again, I don't pedal until I want silence. This is the fourth line down. I want silence between here and here. I want to hear some silence, so I don't pedal until I release that note. And then you can hang on to that for a bit and then release before you go on. A little silence. This is gentle. Actually, this is a little softer. It should be, I think. It's just, again, I want to hear this staccato. So I'm not pedaling until I release it. But I got to pedal before I release that. I don't want to lose it. See? So the pedaling is a little tricky. But if you just work on it, it'll come. Last line on page 72, you're here. So I'm releasing it and then I'm pushing it down. Right after I release this, I push the pedal down. Now they're showing a legato pedal here. I disagree with that completely. I want this light. I want this free. It's clear. I don't see why you need pedal here at all. So if I were going to pedal it, it would only be like at the beginning of each phrase. Here in the third line down, a third measure over here, you can pedal that. You can kind of run that together. Here, and then lift up before we go on. And again, this is light, no pedal. So forth, no pedal there. Same thing on page 74. This has to be light and lots of staccato here. There's no pedal there, and they're showing pedal there on the first measure of the second line when you're up here. The idea is, I think here, because you don't need pedal there. The idea is to hang on to that, let that ring out just a little bit, give you a chance to move up here, but don't connect it. It's still got to be separate. So we want silence between here and here. So don't connect those with the pedal, but you can have the pedal hang on to this note a little longer. They didn't put a staccato in the right hand. I don't know why, but maybe they didn't mean to put staccato in the left hand. They want that to. I think it sounds better if that F is a little longer. So, and then you could then same thing. And again, same thing, and then it's staccato. Now this staccato here, whichever, some people try and do the wrist. My wrists don't work that way. I tense up. So I've got to use finger staccato here. And I'm just plucking the keys. Same thing here, I'm using finger staccato. Push the pedal down with the notes and lift it up before you play the notes, so there's a little silence. And again, and don't pedal this. You don't need to pedal the last beat. Some people will pedal each of those quarter notes. You push it down with the note and release it with the note. The pedal, it's a staccato pedal. So, but you don't need to. They go by so quick, whatever. Speed-wise, it's different speeds. It's got to be your speed. I recommend you listen to several recordings of professionals. Don't just listen to one or two, because they'll interpret it differently. And get an idea of the mood. Now, ultimately, it's up to you on what you can control and play accurately. So don't go so fast you can't control it anymore. It's got to sound decent. But otherwise, parts of this can go about as fast as you can play them out.